We'll see.
Yeah, for now, keep it.
It's hard.
Yeah, keep it there for sure. So we are live now. Yeah, but what happened over there? You're not able to.
I mean, what I do is plug in. The HDMI plugged in too.
See you later. Hey, my brother. See you again.
Also, do we have him on your television program?
I know. So yes, not exhausted yet. Tomorrow is Did you? Okay, gotcha.
See, of course.
What's up, Frankie? You know Frankie?
Hey.
Did you get it on purpose, right? Do you know? Do you know Frankie? Don't let me. Gracie, you too?
Oh yeah, she's doing it. That's great.
we do a lot of things with the churches all around the city, around the nation.
Yeah, I'm gonna go get
That's my main man. Brother Charles right here, Brother Charles. Advertising. Now, Frankie was elected.
It's streaming on the TV in the living room.
Yeah, so it's connected.
Is that your camera too? That's your camera too?
Nah, this is
You are Frank.
So what I gotta do is, I gotta, this system right here, we have to, like he's gonna be, I'm gonna be like controlling that there, and controlling that there. I have to, I have to like, when it goes there, in order to control that, I have to click on that, and then it's gonna have to control this.
Figure it out?
Yeah, I mean, he gave me a quick review on
When's that happening?
like now.
You're out of work?
Yeah. But like, people who do yeah, like in like decent things. So I'm gonna record now.
You get it in order.
We about to record. I don't know.
Because it takes Saturdays, though.
Yeah, well, I mean, he said we're about to record now.
When you press action. When you press action, I guess. Well, maybe after everybody eats, because they're gonna start giving awards while people eat.
Yeah. We're about to start doing this thing
Let me get food.
So do a lot of things. Very, very much.
That's
What's your favorite so far? Oh, everything.
You're saying white wine?
Yeah, white wine.
Yeah, there's some right here. ¿Verdad que está caliente acá? I hear your work on here is moving closer and closer. That'd be awesome. That'd be good without having to go all over. That'd be awesome.
Yes, well, now we gotta get going. Yeah,
How is your mom doing? What's your release?
Yeah, so,
Memory.
yeah, 2016.
I'm here. Memory, I'm so honored. My goodness.
Yeah, you're the ANC commissioner for
I'm no longer. I was finishing up in 2016. I decided not to run again. So, yeah, but I'm still involved politically. We have a developer next door.
That's cool.
An interesting
That's cool.
night.
I work in Ward 4.
Do you really?
Yeah, I probably work in Ward 4.
No, and what do you do?
So I work in media. I do media. I'm the one doing this stuff too.
Oh my gosh.
So I do media for.
You do?
Yeah.
Now, is it for him as shadow representative?
Yeah.
Or,
Yeah, so that's how I represent. So like all his stuff, like his television show.
Yeah.
Everything that he's doing.
You're doing that.
Yeah, like I'm the one behind the camera. Yeah. Like I help him with the media stuff.
Now, did you go through the program at DCTV?
Yeah.
And you finished the whole thing?
Yeah, I finished 2 of them. Yeah. Yeah, well, the whole thing, like the production class and the studio tech class.
Wonderful. So you're behind the camera in the studio?
Yeah. Yeah, for his show, yeah. For him, yeah.
I don't have cable, so unfortunately I don't see his show.
Yeah. Oh, you can see it online too.
Now, what is his show?
His show is DCI Reporter.
I'm sorry, DC?
DCI Reporter. DC Statehood today.
He has 2 shows on there?
Yeah, DCI Reporter, reports on what's going on in DC and Statehood today. I do both.
Now, do they run year-round, or how many, do you have a series, or how does it work? Or is it periodically?
Monthly.
Monthly?
Yeah.
Okay. Once a month for each show? Every month? I mean, so all year round, you're going? And now, do you make an income at this, or are you doing this just voluntarily?
Yeah. Well, I income, I get paid multiple ways. I know. It's fun.
And you enjoy it?
I love it, yeah. I love it, yeah. That's what I like to do,
And now, will one day you have your own show? Like, what's
I have my own
vision?
show now.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, it aired this month, yeah.
What is your show?
It's called The Frankie Bar Show. My name is Frank Barr.
Okay, Frank.
And my show is called The Frankie Bar Show.
All right, and now what do you?
So the show is about art and politics. So I interview like different politicians, like elected officials, community activists, community leaders, and I have them talk about how they feel art and politics.
Art.
Yeah, art. Yeah. And then I interview artists, and I ask them how they feel politics and art. I share the story of 3 artists and share the story of 3 politics. I share the story and they did an interview on how art and politics go together. And I host it. And I produce it. So like,
You're like a one-man show.
well, no, not really. I'm not a one-man show. I have a crew. I just produce it. When you produce it, you're in charge of everything. Yeah. So I have my camera operators, my audio operators. I'm just, the main character of the show. Yeah. So I learned that. I got that through doing personal shows. Because when I met you, I was doing this show for about maybe a year. So after about 2 years of doing this show, I get my own show. And it aired for the first time. Episode 1.
Congratulations. And now, who did you interview as far as politicians?
So, on the first episode, I had Franklin, of course.
Okay.
I had Councilmember Robert White. I did an interview. And publicist Ramon Bain. Ramon Bain, she was a publicist for Marion Barry. Spokesperson for Master Gray. And she was also a person manager for Michael Jackson. So, like, she serves like a media government for arts and entertainment and sports. So she was popular. And then on the artist side, I have like some lead artists of the community. So that's episode 1. Episode 2, I had policy influences. I had the member of the Statehood Education Award 1, Emily Couture.
She knew?
She knew. Yeah, she just got elected. Yeah. And I also have policy influences. Michael Brown.
Okay, yeah.
He's a policy influencer. I have Ellen Holmes Norton. A lot of like I have Jackie Laird. So like I had like a lot of people every support, So yeah, a lot of them. So I have them, the lead politicians of DC talk to the artists about how to marry each other.
Do the politicians have ideas about how policy and art mix, or are you just getting through the conversation that you have?
So what I do is I just say like a general question that cause you to expose your story. So I ask it generally so that they can spill what they know or what they think. Because I don't want them to know like exactly, like I don't want it to be a formal answer. I want them to just say what they think. I want them to give their opinion.
Yes, fair enough.
Because a lot of policy influences like Marianne Lombardi, who I she's Chief Creative Economy Officer, Office of Television, Film, Music, and Entertainment. So she like basically controls government, like for the grants and stuff for the artists to get grants and different funding to different programs in DC. So people like that, they actually do this on a daily basis. Like making sure that more artists, gain more opportunities and stuff like that. So some people, that's what they do, so they can answer for but some people, some elected officials don't know. So it's like, it's good, you know what I'm saying? It just, keeps it interesting. And you never know what they're going to say. And it's one general question, but everyone always has a different answer. And that's what I love about the concept of everything.
And you came up with this, obviously, your own interest in politics and art.
Yeah, because I started out as I still am an artist, but art was my first love, and then I evolved and worked in politics. So I started as council member of Atlanta, Kwanzaa Hall. He's in Atlanta. He's a council member in Atlanta. And he hooked me up with Terry McCullough, who is the governor of Virginia. So I helped him canvass, and ever since that, like everything just,
Now, is he going to run for president? You think, Terry?
Terry McCullough? I don't think so.
Really?
But, maybe.
That is dangerous.
No.
I mean, it's going to be a very blooded field, but I wouldn't be surprised. It seems like everything.
I've been focusing more on DC politics.
Yeah, no, I hear you. Were you born and raised?
Yeah. But I did and dabbed in some politics in Maryland. With the AAA fund. The AAA fund, they're in charge of like phone banking, like canvassing for the Democratic Navy community.
Okay.
They specialize in that was the only thing I did with it. There's a lot of great things that I'm involved in as far as this.
And how long have you been doing this then? Producing shows?
Well, as far as my own show,
yeah, just beginning that.
Yeah, that's new to me.
But Franklin's you've been doing 2 years.
So after 2 years of doing his show, it led to I've been like maybe about 6 months. But it's cool.
How many? You have your first one aired, and how many shows do you have in the can? Like how many have you produced already?
Well, I've recorded 4 episodes, and 5 is halfway done. So I have 4 in the can.
Now, who's editing? Are you editing it?
Yeah.
You edited it?
That was like my initial thing was editing. And then I evolved.
Now, did you take the edit? You didn't take editing, did you?
No. I mean, I learned.
You learned it on your own.
Yeah.
Now, is yours a studio show, or are you in the field?
It's both. I combine it, yeah.
Okay.
So, like, my part, the hosting part is in the studio, and then the interviews from the artists and policy influencers is in the field. So, like, I capture them telling their story, wherever they're at.
When you bring them back into the studio, now when you're a host, what do you do? Are you interviewing anybody else?
No, it's a monologue. It's like monologue style.
Oh, okay. All right. So you wrap around.
Yeah,
the
wrap
clips
around.
of the
I
people.
wrap around the clip. Exactly. Wrap around. And then I close it off with a rap.
The rap.
Yeah, a rap.
You make?
And I make a rap. I make a rap about the politics. So it's like, I keep it interesting, so I merge, hip hop and politics, art and politics, So I had the artists doing their radical stuff, and the policy influencers doing their lawful stuff, and it just mixes. And I didn't think it was a unique thing, it was just something that I was always been with me. And I just decided to do it, and people thought it was unique, so I just kept doing it. And I come to find out, like, it's a real big thing happening in DC right now. Like, the art and political community are, like, finding the narrative.
Am I right in the way? Did you guys make this video?
No.
It's not Franklin Street.
What's this? Yeah, it's good talking to you. Yeah. This This is my partner Steve that I work with at work for.
I'm sorry, I'm full of food. Nice to meet you. I'm Carol. Carol Lynn. But that's cute, I like that. That'll work. I'll use that. Thank you. Nice to meet
I mean, I went back and all this shit like.
I'm listening to the same thing. I want you to know that
there's a thing that he wants to bring back. The string that he wants to bring
Oh, the Statehood thing.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't? It's okay.
So if there's more than one see, and it tells you what order it is, and you can identify one. And then it also tells you what order it is, so you can figure out where the mouse is.
So, the idea is I started, and then afterwards, there we go. So what I'll do is, I basically have this split here, and then what will happen is, after I do that, then I let people know, we're being like 20 people already on my so what I do is then, I go ahead and say, before we start the program, let's hear our co-host and our co-stars right now. So, I guess, yeah, and then after that, then we continue the program, and we're going to start it with a song from Firefight, famous song. And then after that, they do the music about forever, and then we start with the program, the 14, and so, the Chinese community didn't been up with us, not anybody here from there.
I could like, I was going to record
and after that, it's ECTV, they're going to be here just about. And then after that, so tell me, what do you want to hear? Tell me, I don't get these Chinese consolidated on you. Saturday. If they show up, it's not show up, yeah, I can do that. You have to mention it. Show up. So you do that one, and then you do the next one. I'll do this and then you do and then the next one is Mike out Jesse Garcia. Jesse, here's right here. He's here. And then Johnny's Davis, he's not here, but we have to mention her. We're going to do Johnny. And all your highs, I'll do him. And then Barbara. Right. And then Pepper. And then I'll do this too. I can do it. Okay, you do it. And then Sandra Morgan. And I think that's the last one. Alright? And you got the...
Then we got the more show one. I got to see Mr. Bay in the with North Carolina. I'll see you Monday.
Listen, Tuesday is our party, the Latino Caucus party. I'll put it on Facebook.
I'll be back.
I sent you, look at the invite, invitation for events. I already did, but I'll send it again.
I say we start.
Is there anything I need to know? Focus. How come you don't keep the stabilizer or any of this stuff?
Like, it depends on the lens.
This lens doesn't work.
Okay.
Okay.
So you can start filming after when I start. You can start filming.
Okay.
Make sure that it is, I think it's already, if you haven't touched it, it's the right thing. So just click here to film. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's in HD.
Yeah. It's fine. Just normal. You understand? Yeah, that's good. It's good. All right, let's get started.
I can't read them.
Okay, let us know. Now we can put this. You can put it on.
I was talking to them today. Got people tell something you can laugh at this one night. And then we sit down, we talk about how we got to do. And then also we were not
He needs to have the order. Okay, here. The next one is Change that, you gotta click on that to change it once, and then you gotta go back in here so I can mute the mic. Okay, folks, if you can give us a minute, we're going to start the program now. Okay, if I can get your attention, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, if I can get your attention. We're going to start the program right now. It will be a short program, but we want to make sure that we honor a few key people here. Okay, if I can get your attention, 1, 2, 3, si puedo por favor tener su atención. Gracias, gracias. Thank you so much. Thank you for coming to the 2018 Holiday Appreciation Award ceremony. Take a moment to recognize some key organizations and individuals. My name is Franklin Garcia, the U.S. representative, and tonight I am joined by Senator Paul Strauss and Senator Michael Brown. In addition to welcoming you, let me take a moment to thank the many that helped put this event together. My mother, Manuel, who did all the decorations in the house. Let's give him a round of applause. Of course, Senator Strauss and Senator Michael Brown for continuing to be great partners. And I also take this opportunity to thank the many people and organizations that provide invaluable support throughout the year. Just a very small number of them will be recognized tonight, but your YouTube and the website for the DCI Reporter at www.dcireporter.com. We want to thank those who tune in, watching across the world. Thank you for watching. Gracias a todos los que nos están mirando y a todos los que están acá presentes. Before we start the program, let's hear from our co-hosts, Senator Paul Strauss and Senator Michael.
Live here in Franklin's living room. Let me thank those of you watching at home. No, it's really great to close. We're looking forward to some big changes in the Congress celebrating. And this is really an opportunity for us to thank all of you for all the work you do. This is a movement that's bigger than any 1 or 3 elected officials. This is a movement for an entire community that we're taking. Franklin for hosting us, and to our awardees tonight, congratulations. And let me introduce.
Thank you, Senator. I think the 6 more years goes under the category of be careful what you wish for. But I very much appreciate the support that people have given me. And I look forward to a new year. You know, we've worked very hard this year as some do. This is an important issue, and we can't do it without all these different organizations. We're happy to come here tonight as we celebrate the holidays to also celebrate you. Before we get started, I would like to point out that we have a few staff members that worked their rear ends off for us during the year. Angela Semi is here. Mike is here somewhere. Karen Zolgit is here, and all these people work hard for us every day. So we're all happy to be here, and let's get on with the presentation. Thank you.
All right. And now for the program. Now we want to open the program with an honoree, the music ambassador, Royer Height, singing the DC Statehood song.
Yeah. I'd like to say good evening to everybody. I sure hope everybody will have a grand new year as we move into 2019. And I'll tell you, the fight for statehood is one that I'm enchanted by, because it's one I've witnessed my entire life as a person born right here in the city of Washington, D.C. And I salute all of the gentlemen, all of the women who are involved in any kind of way, our senators, our representatives, for the outstanding jobs you guys have done. This song I wrote several years ago, 2013, and is one dedicated to statehood for D.C.
All right, here we go.
Kind of put your hands together. Taxation without representation. Taxation without representation. It can be right for everyone else, but wrong for you and me. Everywhere in the USA except Washington, D.C. We even go as far to fight for human rights and democracy around the world, and overlook our nation's capital. More than a century, we ain't been heard. There's something wrong with taxation without representation. Wrong. Let me hear you say taxation without representation. Long. We pay taxes, obey law like everyone else. So tell me, why can't we vote? The only city in this nation without a voice, and that's no joke. For much too long we've been overlooked. It's not fair for all that we do, and expect us not to be discontent when the problem is really you, really you. Taxation without representation is wrong. Let me hear you say taxation without representation. Wrong. Yeah. If you enjoy history, we finally got the way. And in case you didn't know, this place, the USA, session without representation is wrong. Let me hear you say taxation without representation. How long? And this is the part everybody got to sing together. Everybody there. Taxation without representation. Taxation without representation. Taxation without representation. Taxation without representation. Taxation without representation is wrong. Taxation without representation. Not a black or a white, but a wrong or a right thing. Without representation. How long? Taxation without representation. It's wrong. Taxation representation without representation. For DC residents, paying taxes without being represented without a vote in Congress is wrong. All right.
All right, thank you so much. Thank you to our music ambassador, Royer Height, for the great song. Now we present our first honoree. Senator Strauss is going to do the honor.
Thank you very much. I haven't seen him here yet, but we'd like to recognize the Chinese Consolidated Benevolent Association, or the CCBA, and in particular, Miss Jenny Ho. CCBA was founded in the 1940s and formally registered in 1952. It's comprised of almost 30 prestigious groups. It's put together a number of events in the DC metro area, including one of my favorites, the Chinese New Year Parade, as well as many other cultural opportunities for all of us to enjoy. We'd like to honor Jenny Ho from the Parade Committee for her inclusion and outreach to the DC Statehood delegation and through their support of our other activities throughout the year. Let's give them a big hand. All right.
Thanks, Jenny. Okay, I will be sure to get it to her. Wonderful, thank you so much. If she shows up later, we'll make sure that we recognize her. Our next honoree is DCTV. DCTV is Washington, D.C.'s only television station devoted entirely to local programming created by and for D.C. and metropolitan area communities. DCTV allows all of Washington, D.C. and beyond to be educated on the issue of D.C. statehood through its programming and the airing of the D.C. Statehood Today show. The staff at the station is always supportive. We welcome DC's President and CEO, Nance Ricard, who is on her way right now. But for now, we'll just be sure to get the award to them. Our next honoree is student for DC Statehood, Senator Brown.
Hi, this is a really great award. I'm honored to give this out because we really need young people in our movement, and Students for DC Statehood have really answered the call. Students for DC Statehood is one of many creative ways young people organize DC Statehood efforts at college campuses in the district and beyond. The organization is branched in nearly every college campus in DC, and there is an aggressive strategy to continue expanding to other states. Noah Wells, a recent graduate of American University, has done extensive DC work, including recruiting other students and hosting DC Statehood panels on campus while heading the chapter at AU. For his continued devotion to the cause, we're happy to honor him tonight. Noah went to Scotland with Paul and I and was just a great, great help. So it's a great honor, Noah, to have you here.
Thank you. Thank you very much. For those of you who don't know, Students for DC Statehood is a nonprofit organization here in DC. It educates and mobilizes students and young adults to advocate for equal voting rights and statehood for the people of the District of Columbia. I just really want to thank Senator Paul Strauss, Senator Mike Brown, and Representative Franklin Garcia, because without you three, I probably would have never gotten involved in this movement in the first place. And just really quick, I want to thank all of you for appreciating the students' voice in this movement, because one of the two things is going to happen. Either we're going to inherit the problem, or we're going to inherit a state, and I really hope it's the latter. But we'll be ready either way, so thank you.
All right, thank you so much. Now we're going to get...
First governor of the new state.
There you go, awesome, I like that. Senator Strauss is going to honor Mike Arnold.
Let's get Michael Arnold up here.
All right.
Hey, Mike.
Hey. Mike Arnold's a young professional who's contributed literally thousands of volunteer hours at our DC Statehood office. His devotion to the cause has made him commit probably many more hours than he can afford, but he understands the seriousness of the issue. Everyone at the office is very appreciative, and we want to especially show our gratitude tonight that we thank him for all of his well-deserved efforts. Let's give Mike Arnold a big hand.
All right.
Thank you. It's a worthy cause, and I enjoy it every day, and I get to work with great people. So Thank you for the opportunity.
Awesome, awesome. Okay, Johnny Barnes, I don't think he's here, Senator Brown, if you could please do us the honor.
Oh yeah, you know, Johnny Barnes has been involved in the movement much longer than I have, and he's just given me a lot of great advice over the years. He's known as the people's attorney in D.C. Attorney Barnes is one of the leading voices of the D.C. statehood fight. Mr. Barnes has held key positions in Congress, worked as an executive director of the D.C. chapter of the ACLU, and is now in private practice. Tonight we thank Attorney Barnes for his many years as a leading voice of our struggle for equality. Thank you, John.
All right, all right. And the next person we're going to honor is Frank Barr, who is actually behind the camera right now. A native Washingtonian, Frank Barr is an artist that is passionate about DC statehood. You will find Frank employing his video and music talent in every opportunity he finds to promote DC statehood. And he's always proud to wear a DC flag pin with any attire. Thank you, Frank, for being with us in this continued fight.
Yes, thank you all so much. Thank you to the Congressman of our city, Franklin Garcia, for giving me an opportunity to grow and grow within the statehood movement and to grow within, you know, using media and arts and entertainment to push for democracy for Washington, D.C., being the 51st state. And I encourage everybody to, you know, work with us to continue to use creative, artistic ways to push for democracy for Washington, D.C.
Okay, Senator Brown is going to do the next honor. Jesse Garcia and Lulac Lambda.
Oh, Jesse Garcia, Lulac Lambda, with a mission. Oh, I'm sorry.
Take a picture of you.
Oh, yeah.
There you go.
Breathe it in, baby.
Well, as I was about to say, I'm honored to give this award to Jesse because my first decent job in life was as a Teamster. I was a Teamster in Hyattsville, Maryland. I'm always proud of everybody that works for the unions. But the mission of LULAC Lambda is to mobilize and strengthen the LGBTQI and Latino communities of Washington, D.C. Through community and civic engagement, LULAC Lambda is part of the League of the United Latin American Citizens, the oldest Hispanic civil rights organization in the U.S.
Yes.
We honor Jesse, who is with us in this fight and who has been instrumental in exposing our fight for D.C. statehood to all communities. Thanks so much.
I just want to say thank you to our Latino elected official for hosting us tonight, Franklin Garcia. Thank you. The senators for being here. It means a lot to me. LULAC is in this fight. This past year, we passed a resolution at our national convention to help, support, advocate DC statehood.
Yay.
Unanimously.
Yay.
So thank you so much for keeping the fight. LULAC is here with you. We're the oldest and largest Hispanic civil rights organization with 1,000 councils throughout the United States, which includes Puerto Rico and DC, which should be states.
Yeah.
So thank you so much, Franklin. With that, my friend Danny is also part of the organization. We're going to continue this fight, and thank you for coming on my podcast, JesseGarciaShow.com. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. And our next, thank you. And our next honoree, Senator Strauss, is Janice Davis.
Janice co-chairs the DC Statehood Committee on the Democratic State Committee, where she uses a national platform to push for DC statehood at the DNC and engages women throughout the nation on conversations related to DC statehood. She is not able to be with us in person this evening, but we hope she's watching online, and we want to thank Janice for her support over
Congratulations.
Accepting the award. I am accepting on her behalf. We did speak, and she wanted to thank everyone for this honor. As you know, Janice Davis is the co-chair of our DC Democratic State Committee's Statehood Committee, and she is when she was the president of the National Federation of Democratic Women, she spread statehood for DC far and wide, and she will continue to do so. So Congratulations, Janice. You've done a great job.
All right. Well, our next honoree is Royer Height, and you just heard from him recently, that wonderful voice. Known as the music ambassador, Mr. Height is a musician that lends his talent to the cause. He is the author of a number of hit songs for many social causes, including the DC Statehood song, played at many parades. We thank Mr. Height for his contribution to DC Statehood.
Thank you so much, and again, we must continue to fight because it's something much needed. Should have happened a long time ago, but if we stay in the fight, we can do it. God bless you. And again, thank you and the congressmen and representatives for all of your hard work too. Appreciate that. And don't forget DC Statehood.
Absolutely. Okay, Barbara's next. It's Senator Brown. Okay, Senator Strauss is going to do the next honor. All right.
All right.
Can we get a photo?
Yes.
Okay.
Awesome.
Barbara.
Bye.
I asked her, this was special. It never stops. Currently, she's the Director of Programs at DC Vote, the leading nonprofit organization in DC that works to fight for equality to the disenfranchised residents of the district.
Yes.
But Barbara's commitment can be summarized by a comment left on her LinkedIn page that says, Barbara has always been an inspiration to everyone who has worked in her organization. Even 20 years later, I still reuse lessons she gave us then in my business today when I bring new staff on board to my business teams. Barbara, for all that you do, we are happy to honor you tonight. Thank you, Barbara.
Barbara! We love you! Barbara! Thank you so much. Look at this room! This truly is an honor to be here with this community of activists, with believers, with fighters, with champions. Together, we will win statehood.
All right.
Do it. Thank you, really. Thank you for everything you all do.
Wonderful. Okay, Senator Brown will do our next honoree, the Reverend Dr. George Holmes.
Dr. Holmes, what an honor it is to honor Reverend Holmes, who understands that action and praying go hand in hand. His many prayers have lifted our spirits when the path to continuing our fight was not very clear. Reverend Holmes leads many efforts in the city and nationally. We are blessed that he is with us in this fight. And let me tell you, he comes to so many things. I probably pray more with Reverend Holmes than I do with anybody else in Washington. So thank you so much, Reverend.
Thank you, Senator.
Yeah, Reverend Holmes. Yeah.
Thank you, Senator Brown, Senator Paul Strauss, my senator.
Thank you.
I want to thank all of you across Washington, D.C. and the United States of America, and I do dare say so, the world, Senator. We have been honored to be here in Franklin Garcia's house, and I would like to say something to you. A bishop once said that there are two ways for a leader to go through life. Number one is a thermometer, number two is a thermostat. All right. A thermometer tells the temperature, measures the climate, but a thermostat sets the tone and creates the climate. And that's who you are. You're the thermostats. And by your mere presence here today, you're setting your tone, creating a climate for Washington, D.C., the United States of America, I dare say so, the world. I end with this particular story. Jesus gave parables, which are stories, and I end with this. Growing up as a little boy in Mississippi, I noticed that there were two types of trees. The first type of tree that I noticed was called the palm tree. All right. What I noticed about the palm tree is that which way the wind blows, the palm tree goes. In other words, if the wind blows to the left, the palm tree goes to the left. If the wind blows to the right, the palm tree goes to the right. In other words, which way the wind blows, the palm tree goes. But I noticed yet another type of tree in Mississippi. That tree was called the oak tree. What I noticed about the oak tree is that it did not matter which way the wind blows. Whether it blows to the left or to the right, the oak tree remained strong. Citizen of the District of Columbia, as we go for statehood, there is one thing that I can assure you. All right. And that is, as we emancipate our citizens from wards 1 through 8, there will be wins. Wins come, but wins do go.
Come on.
Wins come, but wins do go, because I've never yet seen wins stay. Yeah. So in the midst of the blowings of the wind, you keep looking up unto the hills, from whence cometh your help, knowing that your help cometh from the Lord. And don't you dare sway from the left nor to the right, but you remain strong in the power of the Almighty God. Amen. Brother Strauss,
there we go. Okay. Come this way.
Okay, there we go.
All right, thank you so much. Okay, our next honoree is Miss Jenkins, Senator Brown.
All right, now Miss Jenkins is the only repeat winner. We have honored her.
Mama Anna's. Girl power.
And we will
Girl power.
honor her again. This is really a testament to the contributions that she makes for DC State. She is creative, and she tries every route she can think of to promote our fight and get us more local and national attention. She is the executive director of Free DC Statehood now. Thank you, Anise. You know, I've been part of this for a long time, but throughout every year, you have been there. A lot of changes in this movement, but one thing has stayed the same, and that is your commitment. Thank you, Anise. Well deserved.
Thank you so much. I want to thank Franklin Garcia, our DC Statehood delegation, Senator Brown and Senator Strauss. And I really want to say this is a fight for our rights. This is a civil rights fight, a human rights fight, and it will not win until victory is won.
That's right.
We have to break those chains that bind us to the United States Congress. We have to be consistent in our commitment to continue to march for DC Statehood. We need to get out there, agitate, educate, organize, and mobilize for DC Statehood until we are the 51st state. And I want to thank everyone in Stand Up for Democracy, Free DC, who has continued the fight with me. Can't do it by yourself. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. Our next honoree is Dr. Sylvia Martinez. Sylvia, I know, is here. There we go. A Howard University professor, Dr. Sylvia Martinez, is currently the president of the DC Latino Caucus and was recently elected National Committee Woman for the DC Democratic State Committee. She ensures that Latinos in the city understand what is at stake for the Latino community in terms of statehood and beyond. A rising star in DC politics, we are very happy that she is fully committed to DC statehood. Dr. Martinez.
Thank you so much. It's a great honor to be recognized like this. In behalf of the DC Democratic State Committee as well as the DC Latino Caucus, I just want to state that we are completely committed for us being the 51st state. Latinos know what it is not to be represented, not to have their voices heard.
That's right.
Not to have their rights respected.
Come on.
And it was very obvious. I'm from Puerto Rico. We saw what happened right after Hurricane Maria.
Yes.
We were completely disrespected because we do not have representation.
Right.
So Latinos are here to fight for representation because all over the world we have felt it and we continue to feel it. So I also want to say that it is a commitment by many people. And I want to also recognize DC Appleseed, which is an organization that has right now sued Trump. We are 12 residents of Washington, D.C. who have sued Trump and the government so that we also have representation. So the energy is coming from everywhere, from different organizations and in different ways. So again, we're committed and we continue with the struggle. Thank you.
Yeah. photo.
Man, kids get this photo.
Wonderful. Okay, thank you so much, Dr. Martinez. And our next honoree is Sandra Morgan, and Senator Brown is going to do the honor.
Sandra Morgan is a lady that I met very early on in the movement. You can find activist Sandra, or Mama Sandy, as we all call her because we love her, as her Facebook fans know her, with the folks of Free DC Statehood, now everywhere. She has made DC Statehood a main dish on her plate, and we're pleased and encouraged every time we see her. Thank you for all you do, Mama Sandy. You really are the spirit.
Mama Sandy!
Thank you.
Poet!
All right.
Represent!
Congratulations. All right, this is the photo.
So much. First of all, I'd like to say good evening to everyone.
Good evening.
Good evening. I'll slightly give a shout out to thank you for this wonderful award that I'm about to receive. Representative Franklin Garcia, Senator Michael D. Brown, shout out to Senator Paul Strauss. Last but not least, but definitely, and my educator and researcher is my Executive Director and President, Ms. Sydney Jenkins. I'd like to thank each and every one of you. And he's not here, but I became the Free DC Statehood Poet Ambassador, representing statehood. And so, what do we want?
Statehood.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Statehood.
When do we want it?
Right now.
What do we want?
Statehood.
And when do we want it?
Right now.
Free DC.
Free DC.
Let our voices be heard and break these chains.
Sandy
out.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. And so I want to thank all the people who are watching us online. Thank you very much for your continued support for our cause, for DC Statehood. Let me thank everybody who made it out tonight. I know it was raining. In spite of the rain, you all made it. That was that says a lot about your commitment to this fight. We're excited about what's going on. We know that next cycle in the 116th Congress, there are a lot of more possibilities for us as we continue this fight. Please continue to support us. We will do everything we can to ensure that we get that much closer to statehood. Gracias y buenas noches a todo el mundo. All right. Let's put the music on.
I'd like to say one more thing.
Okay.
You know, we have a meeting of the New Columbia Statehood Commission, which is the commission that deals with our delegation of statehood. We have a meeting at 2:30 to 3:30 on Monday the 17th in room 509. I hope at the Wilson Building. I hope if any of you are available, you'll come to the meeting and support us. It's the one chance we get to tell the public what we're up to. So thanks, and thanks everybody for coming, and thank you, Franklin.
Thank you. All right, all right. Let's put the music on. Put it back on CD. Yeah, and then just open up this right here. Twice. You click on that. All right, thank you.
Congratulations. I have some news to tell you about DC and partnership that we just formed. Washington, DC, we have a lot of, oh my God, somebody's recording me while I'm recording them, and I